Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the Chupacabra tutorials channel. I'm your host Larry, and today I'm here to share a dark secret of a very friendly and extremely useful local flora. Yes, today we're going to be exploring the more deadly side of nearly everything in Subnautica 2, starting with the humble Oxygen Tunic, a plant that you're always scouting for in the areas where you don't always have oxygen freely available, either from your tadpole or the surface, because you look for that warming and welcoming blue glow in the distance, because that usually means oxygen. But that hides a sinister secret, a radioactive secret, because everything inside of Subnautica 2's ecosystem really depends on feeding off of radioactive material or using radioactive material as a source of food rather than trying to produce, like, sugars through a reaction of photosynthesis by taking in sunlight. And in this particular case, the Oxygen Tunic, and this is a reading from the PDA, says that at the heart of the Oxygen Tunic is a nugget of radioactive metal, such as uranium, radium, or thorium. Radiation from this nugget splits water into hydrogen and oxygen through radiolysis. The Oxygen Tunic retains the hydrogen to feed an internal colony of sulfur-reducing bacteria and releases the excess oxygen. Cherenkov radiation, and this is what causes the blue glow, from the core excites the radioluminescence pigments in the tunic, producing a distinctive blue glow. This may be a warning to would-be predators that the Oxygen Tunic releases poisonous quantities of oxygen. The implication for life on this world is that its metabolism suggests that the world's energetic geology and biosphere, adapted to use radiation as a food source, also has interesting implications for life without sunlight. On Earth, even deep-sea vents depend on oxygen produced by photosynthesis. No such dependency exists here. So it seems that the entire reason why this world even has oxygen at all is because of the very same thing that fills the water with heavy metals and causes certain things around us to be filled with deadly radiation. And also, I'm guessing that if you probably stayed in one of these Oxygen Tunics a little too long, breathing in the oxygen, it might also increase your risk of lung cancer. So, there's that. But I just thought it was interesting that everything in this world has evolved to metabolize and live off of a material that is normally so toxic and dangerous to not only the human body, but also probably the life of everything that developed on Earth. Yet here, that's just a Tuesday, and what we talk about before we go out and grab a burger for dinner. And that's just the Oxygen Tunic. You never know what some of the other crazy plants and creatures do on the very same planet. So that'd be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I just thought it was interesting to see what exactly it was that lets the Oxygen Tunic create the bubbles of life-giving air that we all know and depend on, and the fact that it probably give you cancer if you breathe too much of it. But then, I guess the average lifespan of people on this particular planet before they have to be reprinted is only a few weeks to a few months, so I guess you just gotta pick your poison and get friendly with it. So that'd be it. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll catch you next time.